always stressed? Your friends always tell you you need to take care of yourself? Are you someone who can't go self-care for more than 5 minutes without failing miserably? Are you a Virgo? If you said yes to any of these questions, you need to learn to self-care. To some, I've been revered as a self-care guru. By some, I mean my 2 friends. You may think it's hypocritical. It is. However, I'm good at telling people to self-care. Therefore, with all my amazing credentials, I can and I will teach you the power of self-care. I know. Hold your applause. I will teach you all that I know, because we all need to self-care, and that's the T. Self-care, in all honesty, is very important though, because if you don't take time to take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of the people in your life, and I know we all want to help our friends and our loved ones. And also, it could lead to a burnout, and honestly, we don't need that in our lives. And if we can prevent a bad burnout from taking care of ourselves, I think it will do all of us some good. I know that self-care is easier said than done, so I'm making this wonderful video. Okay, I don't know about wonderful, but I'm making this video to basically help all the people who are desperate to learn how to self-care. So, get your candle, get a face mask on, and let's learn how to self-care for dummies. Hopefully someone learns a good tip or 2 from this. And this is just a little disclaimer before I get into the different types of self-care. Some of these may work, some of them may not. And that's because we're all different people. Different things work for different people. So don't be discouraged if none of these work for you, because honestly, they may not. And that's okay. What matters is finding what is best for you and how best to take care of yourself. Just make sure it's something that is not hurting anyone or yourself, and it's something that is actually helping with your stress or whatever you're dealing with. Also, just remember, if this is a serious issue with anxiety or a mental health issue, please don't be afraid to seek out help. Self-care is important, but it may not help with everything. So please take that into consideration as well when thinking about different ways of self-care. I'm just going to break this down into 2 different categories. The first being just specific tips that have worked for me in the past and are pretty easy to do, and you could do them almost wherever you are or whenever. And the second thing is just general tips regarding self-care and what is the most important thing. If anything, the general things are the things I would want you to take from this random video that I'm kind of making as an impulse. Tip number 1, have a dance break. What I would do is I would make a Spotify playlist or any playlist of songs that hype you up or just mellow you down or just bring you good vibes. And every now and again, if you need to take a break, listen to one of the songs, or better yet, if you're alone, have a dance party. Honestly, when I'm like having dance parties for little breaks, it gets me to be more energized after the break, so I can go back to doing what I was doing pretty quickly. And also, if I'm listening to some chill music while I'm studying, or if I spend a couple minutes just to listen to the music, it really just eases me and it calms me down. And yes, I did videotape this, video me dancing, and I was listening to I Love Me by Demi Lovato, but the emo version. Tip number 2, sleep. I cannot stress this enough. All my friends don't know that you need about 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night. If you stay up all night, you're not gonna feel good. Honestly, here's what I would do to help with this sleeping conundrum. Set an alarm for when you're gonna be done working and go to bed after that timer goes off. Also, maybe take a couple minute nap every now and again if you need to. That's fine too. But please sleep. Do not do an all-nighter. I feel like it's something we all are guilty of doing because we feel like we have to finish an assignment the next day. Sometimes we do, but honestly, your sleep schedule is pretty important. But basically, when you sleep, it makes everything in your body all Gucci again. And when you don't sleep, your hormones are all out of whack, your mind's whack, your well-being is just whack. Sleep. Tip number 3. If you're alone and you're studying in your dorm or in your room, put on a face mask. it'll calm you a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know what the science is behind face masks, but there's something magical about them. I don't know. Your skin feels super good afterwards, and you feel like you're a princess or a prince or a ruler. So it doesn't take a lot of time, and you can even wear it and study at the same time. So it kind of works out. Number 4. Study with friends. I don't know why, but when I study with friends, the work does not feel as painful. And maybe it's because I'm taking more breaks, or maybe it's because I have a friend to maybe help me if I need someone to read over my paper right at that moment. It really just helps with general stress, and you all can commiserate on your stress together, which is a nice thing. And it's also a way to spend time with the ones you care about while also doing whatever you need to get done. If you're like me and you have no friends, you can substitute with a pet, a stuffed animal, or in my case, a unicorn hand puppet that my friends like more than me. I don't blame them. I like the unicorn hand puppet more than I like me. But study with some friends. It might be good for you. Number 5, when the whole world is just really screwing you over, maybe just watch a YouTube video. I watch a lot of different YouTube videos that make me laugh, but the 2 that will always get me to almost cry laugh is the American Idol video of this guy named Steve singing Bohemian Rhapsody. I kid you not. It's one of my favorite videos of all time. I showed all of my friends this video, and every time I talk about it, they're just like, Anissa, come on. But they laugh every time. Like, it's a good video. I swear to God. Just type in Steve American Idol and you'll probably find it. And the second one is the My Heart Will Go On song, but the bad recorder version. That video is just, it's a cinematic masterpiece. Laugh. Number 6, drink water or drink tea. We're always dehydrated. Okay, like low-key I'm dehydrated right now. Okay, so water. We are usually dehydrated a lot of the time. We need water for our brains to function well, because our brain can get overheated apparently, and that leads us to being stressed and tired and things we don't need in our lives, you know? Maybe when you're studying or if you're taking a break or something, drink some water. A self-care tip that I literally live by, it's one of the few things people know me for in my friend group, tea. Drink tea. For me, I don't drink caffeinated tea that much, or if I do, it's a low caffeination level, because for me, caffeine stresses me out. But drink tea. I suggest a chamomile tea or an herbal tea. For some reason, tea is just really, they just bring good vibes. Literally, this whole video is just me saying, this will bring good vibes in your life. But no, seriously, drink tea. And it also has a flavor to it that isn't water, because water has no flavor. God, what is this video? Drink your water, drink your tea, drink your liquids. Tip number 7, look at cute puppies or cute kitties. I looked at photos of my cat Leo. This cat is one of the most beautiful things in the whole universe, and if you don't like my cat, I don't like you. Okay, that's probably the most threatening I'll ever be, but yes, I look at photos of my cat all the time to help me de-stress. Look at photos of your pets, or look at photos of cute puppies on Google, or look at cute puppy videos. Those help sometimes. And it'll just have that effect on people that humans will never have on other humans. Tip number 8, wear something you like to wear. If you want to dress up, dress up. If you want to dress down, dress down. Honestly, wear whatever you feel comfortable wearing. For me, whenever I wear something I like or something I feel good in, it makes me more confident and more ready just to take on the world. And it's just a little way to take care of yourself, and you're basically wasting no time whatsoever. Because I know for a lot of people who don't self-care a lot, it's because time is a big constraint. So wear whatever you want to the library and then study or do whatever you need to do. This is something I am really bad at. But honestly, this is a big thing. Please eat something. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've skipped a meal or skipped 2 meals, and I'm literally on the verge of fainting while doing my homework, and it doesn't make my work any better. If you're studying or something, bring a snack with you. I have this one friend who's always bringing snacks whenever we're studying, and then out of nowhere, he just pops out Cheez-Its, and he's like, take some. Here's a fruit snack. And I'm just like, where do you have that room? So, bring a snack. Maybe eat before you go to the library. Like for me, I will typically study in the morning, and I will have breakfast, and then I'll do some homework. And I cannot tell you how much more productive I am and how much better I feel after eating something. Because again, when you don't eat for like a long period of time, you get irritated. No good vibes are there. None whatsoever. Just want to eat some ice cream? Eat some ice cream. Like, seriously. It's okay to take a little break. You don't have to be eating perfectly all the time, because self-care is listening to yourself. And if you want to eat some ice cream or eat a slice of cake, do it. Like, take a break and eat some junk food if you need to. Again, balance is key. Eat when you want, and make sure you're not skipping a bunch of meals. This one might not work in every situation, but I think it works. If you're very stressed and you really feel like you're just gonna have a mental breakdown, honey, just have the mental breakdown. Emotions are powerful things. Let yourself feel them. Feel those emotions. Apparently, if you cry, apparently that releases cortisol, and that's a stress hormone. So by crying and by letting out how you're feeling, you're releasing those emotions that are making you feel so tense and so stressed. And I know it's very hard for some to be fully open and to cry easily and all. If you need to let out whatever you're feeling, or just cry or vent, that's an important part of self-care. Like, that has really worked for me personally. And honestly, just crying really does help sometimes. So yeah, don't be afraid to express your emotions. It will help. It's self-care. It's needed and it's valid. Tip number 11, do something artsy. Honestly, whenever you're doing something creative that's nothing to do with school or your job, it's just a way for you to separate your work from anything else about you, and that's really nice. And also, it's just a fun thing to do. And honestly, by making it a self-care kind of thing, it gives you an excuse to do things you really like to do. So I just do a bunch of those other activities throughout the week whenever I can and when I have free time, just so I can have that balance, because again, balance is key. Exercise in whatever way. So I'm not saying go be a gym buff, go like 50 million times a day. I'm not saying that. Maybe go to like a yoga class with a friend every now and again, or go work out at the gym, take a gym class, go on a run. Even just if you're walking around in your neighborhood, or if you're just dancing in your room, just movement. Basically, when you move, your brain becomes more energized, there's more connections happening, and that's gonna set you up for more success when it comes to your study sessions or your work sessions. And it also gives you another excuse to hang out with your friends if you wanna go work out together. Take this from a person who's really bad at working out and really bad at exercising. This works. It's also just a great way to relieve stress in general. So sometimes when I'm at school, I would go to Zumba classes with friends, or I would go to a spin class by myself every now and again. It was just a way for me to relieve stress, which was really nice. And it also made me feel good about myself. And I think that's also a big thing of self-care, making you feel better about who you are. Tip number 13, go outside. Look at that sky. I feel like when I'm breathing in fresh air, I just feel more calm, cool, and collected. I'd go on a walk, maybe take some photos outside. Just take a few moments just to breathe in the fresh air. Any of that can really help. Also, nature's pretty, like, just saying. Another tip I have is to organize. So for me, I like cleaning and just making sure everything is where it should be and I know where everything is. So taking that little bit of time just to organize your folders or organize your room, I feel like that puts some ease on you, because it's just one less thing to worry about. And I feel like when everything looks so good and so put together, it pleases you. I don't know what it is. I don't know the science behind it. But again, just keep things organized. It's just one less thing to worry about when you're actually doing your work. And it makes you feel productive as well. Tip number 15. We're almost done with these tips. I only have 16 tips for you all. I know it's a lot of tips to remember, but again, just hear the ones you want to hear, I guess. And yeah, this video is always going to be available too if you just want to look it up. But tip number 15. This is something I learned from my high school. And at first it was kind of a meme, but I kind of see their point a little bit now. Disconnect to connect. So taking a break from technology just to maybe spend time with friends, go on a walk, do any of the self-care tips I mentioned before, or just to do something else, that's really good too, because our phones have so many notifications and it has so much news happening, and that can be overwhelming. I really like this one actually, because I'm kind of addicted to my phone in all honesty, and by making myself take breaks, I feel myself being less stressed because I don't have all these notifications popping up, and it's just a way for me to separate myself from the rest of the world. The last one is very simple, but pretty effective if you ask me. Breathe. And I know, people tell you to breathe, but like, we kind of forget to breathe sometimes. Or is that just me? Breathing is really good for you. And when you take those deep breaths, everything just calms down. And it's a good way to help with relaxing yourself right at that moment. And if there's nothing else you can really do. So I really recommend that. And it's also something we can all do. We all breathe. Like, some of us may be worse at breathing than others. Like me, I'm not a really good breather. But yes, breathing does help, and I actually do recommend breathing if you're stressed. Now, these are just some general things that I think are important to think about when you're thinking about self-care. And like I said earlier in the video, this is probably the most important thing I want you to get out of this video. And it's just a couple things. Listen to your body. If it wants ice cream, give it ice cream. Your body's telling you these things for a reason, and you need to just listen to it, regardless of what other people say. Because your body is your body, and you only have your body at the end of the day. Also, another general tip I have is make self-care something that is an important part of your routine, an important part of your life. I will put down things like work out, hang with friends as part of my schedule. It makes you do it because it's on your list, and if you want to get things done on your list, you have to do everything. So it's a way of tricking myself into doing some self-care things. I think that is one way to do it, but also I recommend really self-caring and making it an important part of your life, because honestly, self-care is nice. Also, with self-care, just know that it may not work sometimes, and that's perfectly okay, because we're human, and we should not be that hard on ourselves when it comes to doing something like relaxing. If we're having a hard time, that's fine. It's a journey, and it takes time, and it takes progress, and that is okay. Just try your best with it, because it's not easy to self-care right away, just in general, for whatever reason. The last thing I want to say is that we all deserve self-care. I don't care who you are, what you look like, any of that. We all deserve self-care. We all deserve to treat ourselves with respect. Self-care is one way of treating ourselves with respect. Don't think you don't deserve it, because you do. You're a human. You are working hard. You deserve a little bit of time just to relax and to affirm yourself. Bro, that's the tea. But seriously, we deserve it. Self-care. On that note, I hope all you self-care dummies are now ready to take on the world, ready to try self-care, because you can do it. I believe in you. If you have any other tips or any advice or just things you want to share, please comment down below. If you like this video, like it, share it with a friend who's really bad at self-care. I can't wait to have my friends send me my video. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, share this, like this, comment. I really hope this does help someone, and hopefully your Sundays become a self-care Sunday. Self-care! Okay, bye.